Well, as we've been telling you, Bloomberg reporters are furiously reading through the thousands of pages of documents that we just got about an hour ago from the Federal Reserve. They reveal new details about just who borrowed money from the Fed in the darkest days of the financial crisis in September and October of 2008 in particular. Eric Schatzker is here with me, and I know you've done some reading. What have you found, Eric?
Margaret, let's just start by reminding everybody that there are hundreds and hundreds of documents and thousands of pages, so it's kind of like a rip and read situation. You're going with what you've got. And I found a couple of things that I wanted to share with you and the viewers out there. The first is evidence of borrowing at the discount window by Goldman Sachs. And I've got it right here. Remember, we're looking for Goldman just to see how frequently Goldman went to the discount window of the Fed, because they said they'd already. And I do want to qualify everything I say by pointing out that this is preliminary stuff. And I'm just going to show you right here. Here is the primary, secondary, and other credit extensions outstanding on Tuesday, September 23rd, 2008. A key date, because just 2 days earlier, Goldman had been granted access to the Fed's discount window together with Morgan Stanley. And here on page 4 of this document, you see here Goldman Sachs Bank USA borrowing a total of $50 million. Now, that is a very small sum relative to what I'm going to point out in these other documents. Let's look at this here. This is actually taken from a document that showed primary, secondary, and other extensions of credit on November the 3rd of 2008. Look at this number, $27.5 billion with a B. And who's this to? This is not to a bank that we recognize, not so much here in the United States. Dexia, this is the Belgian bank, the biggest lender to French and Belgian local governments. And right below it, DEPFA Bank, borrowing, again, this is based on what we can tell right now, $25.9 billion. What was DEPFA? DEPFA was the Dublin-based unit of Hypo Real Estate, the German bank that had to be bailed out by the German government to the tune of 50 billion euros. So many questions arise from this. Why, if in fact this says what we think it says, and I do have to emphasize we're not 100% sure what all these numbers signify, what were these foreign banks doing borrowing extraordinary amounts of money from the Fed? Were we, in effect, in one way, shape, or form, again, I'm just sort of thinking here, bailing out the European banking system?
Stabilizing the entire global financial system.
Well, we know that the Fed did play a big role by opening up swap lines, dollar-based swap lines to foreign governments, but this is stuff that we've never seen before. And here's just one other document dated September, or at least primary, secondary, and other extensions of credit from the discount window on September the 17th, 2008. Again, 3 names here that you may recognize. Bank of Scotland, this is a subsidiary of the Royal Bank of Scotland, another bank that effectively had to be nationalized, borrowing $5 billion from the discount window. Landesbank Baden-Württemberg, it's known better as LBBW, won almost $2 billion. And Erste Group, this is an Austrian bank, again, more than $1 billion. So what I have seen evidence of more than anything else in terms of big numbers are foreign banks borrowing from the Fed's discount window. But again, I want to qualify it all. We're not sure exactly what all these numbers mean, but that's what we think they suggest, and we're digging into it further.
You're digging into it. We're going to have all of our team of Bloomberg reporters also work on analyzing this, chew on it a bit, but it raises all these questions about the role of the Federal Reserve in this country in what is increasingly a globalized financial system. As the Fed's role, we still debate. It's changing.
Absolutely. And one last thing to point out. We can't know for sure exactly what all these numbers mean until we get the banks themselves to comment. And that's something we will be soliciting as well.
And just quickly, we're not going to see the collateral that they put up, right?
There are some collateral reports, but not for the discount window borrowing. It's for the primary dealer credit facility, which was opened up after the collapse of Bear Stearns back in March of 2008. That stuff is the collateral reports, and what we may learn from that may be new in some regards, but we have seen the PDCF borrowing, as it's known. Previously, it came out, I believe, in December. And so the PDCF stuff is not new. The discount window stuff is.
Very new.
That's what we're trying to find.
All right. Thank you very much, Eric.